Recently, we've been having some very successful YouTube ad campaigns like this one, where we generated nearly $4,000 in revenue in 2 days. We also had here where we did a 700% ROI, in fact, a 733% ROI. And we had this one where actually did a 900% ROI. So like I said, we've been having some very successful campaigns, and we're just looking to continue on that and get better and better. So on this video, as it's probably titled and you can see, is that this is a YouTube ads tutorial. And so I'm gonna show you exactly kind of a little bit more advanced stuff, because probably a couple weeks ago, I made this video where it was a full in-depth tutorial, start to finish, on how to set up a successful ad campaign from the jump. So if you have not watched this video, make sure to do that. You can click the little icon in the top left, right, somewhere around here, or there'll be a link down in the description as well. So you can click on that, go watch that video, and then you can come back to this video where we're gonna talk a little bit more about some of the advanced stuff. Okay, so in a minute, we're gonna jump on over to my computer screen and I'll kind of draw some things out. We'll get into the AdWords dashboard and kind of show you some more advanced stuff so you can take your game to the next level. And we'll just talk about some of the intrinsics and some of the details that a lot of people miss out, and that's the reason that they're not having as successful of campaigns as they would if they actually implemented this stuff. So if you guys do end up enjoying this content and you're new here, this is your first time seeing me, make sure and hit that subscribe button. Also share this with some friends. Another thing that we're thinking about doing, we're probably gonna start implementing here soon, is we're gonna do cash giveaways for the best comment. I upload 2 videos every single week on Mondays and Thursdays, and I want to just inspire you guys to kind of engage more. I want to have more of a conversation back and forth, and to incentivize you guys, I would like to do a little bit of a cash giveaway. So it's got to be really well engaged comments, got to be relevant, it's got to be a lot of questions, or maybe just you're adding value in some form or fashion. But I want to make this more interactive. I want to have more conversations with you guys and just make it a better, unique experience here on this particular YouTube channel. Now, we also have a free Facebook group as well. It's called YouTube Ads Mastery. So if you have not added yourself to do that yet, make sure and do that. There will be a link down in the video description, or you can just, again, search it. It's called YouTube Ads Mastery. So if you'd like to join the group there, we do Facebook Lives every single week on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so if you'd like to join us on that, we'd love to have you. So that's kind of the introduction stuff. I wanted to share all that kind of information with you, but without further ado, let's jump on into my computer screen and dashboard so we can show you exactly how to take your YouTube ads game up to the next level. Alrighty, boys and girls, welcome to my lovely little whiteboard here. And so basically on this video, I want to kind of, obviously give you kind of like a sequel, as a lot of people were asking for the second video of my first video that I made. But really what I want to do, and I think this is something that not a whole lot of people do, is kind of show you like the process and the flow of really starting a campaign. And I want to kind of show you guys kind of from a beginner standpoint, when you're starting out with a fresh, brand new advertising account, because things can be a little bit different. And just as I've been working with new clients that are just getting going on their brand new accounts and all that kind of stuff, and then just working with different clients, I've kind of started understanding a little bit more, because before I was just running ads from my account that was very seasoned. I've been running for probably 4 or 5 years at this point. And so it was a very seasoned account, and it's like you can kind of get away with a little bit more stuff when you have that kind of leverage, because basically Google's kind of looking at your account and they're like, oh, well, this person's been around for a while, they've been spending money, they're well established, like we kind of just like give them favors. So like if you're a brand new account, it won't always necessarily be the same thing, because like I've had ads disapproved with new accounts. I'm not getting impressions, so to speak, and I just kind of want to give you the troubleshooting, and then on top of that, I want to give you some more advanced targeting strategies that can really take your game to the next level.
and then help you really just like really target people that are more qualified for your products and services. So that is what I want to share on this YouTube video. All right, boys and girls, so let's dive in. I want to just kind of start talking about this, and obviously, like I like to draw things out, as you probably notice that if you've been around my YouTube channel for any period of time. But I like drawing things out because it helps understand stuff and helps get what's going on in my mind over into your mind. Okay, so yeah, why don't we just get started? Obviously, this is your YouTube ad, and your YouTube ad, like, you have to have that in place, okay? And we have talked a lot about a YouTube script and stuff like that, but I actually might make an updated video about a specific YouTube advertising script that's working really well and has produced us the best lead costs and ROI. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. Put YouTube script down in the comments, and yeah, if that's something that interests you, I'll definitely make one. But we're not really going to talk too much about this side of things. I'm just going to assume that you already have your YouTube ad. It's just now the next part, which is we're on the campaign level and we're creating campaigns, we're doing the targeting, and we're doing the bidding, the optimization, all that kind of stuff. So I guess this is kind of already step one. Now we're kind of talking about step two here. Okay, so you come in and basically, you start a campaign. It looks kind of like this when you hit new campaign. And so there's a lot of different options here, and I think it's a little misguided what a lot of people teach on YouTube, because some people say, hey, at first you gotta create a campaign without campaign's goal guidance. And I used to kind of think that same way, and that's how I usually did it. And there is level of truth to that. Like, if you are brand new, I probably wouldn't go after a campaign that has sales or leads or anything like that. I simply would not do that. But I had something happen recently that kind of dispelled that. So normally what you would do if you're just starting out, basically you want to start a campaign at this, it's called CPV, which is just cost per view, right? So you have a cost per view, you're bidding on how much you're willing to pay per view, and then basically from there you can move towards the CPA model, where you're telling AdWords, hey, I'm willing to pay this amount of money for a lead. But basically the reason that you want to do CPV versus CPA is because you need to give AdWords some data before they know how to do a cost per acquisition campaign, because it's all based on like your conversion pixels. And we talked a little bit about conversion pixels. I won't get too much into depth on this video, but if you guys want me to make a specific video that's all about conversions, I will do that. Just let me know down in the comments, just say conversions or something like that. But basically the thing that everyone is teaching is saying, hey, you need to get at least 30 conversions, meaning 30 leads or 30 like add to carts or whatever your model is, but you need to get 30 of those before you're able to run a CPA campaign. So in the meantime, you should just run a CPV campaign, because then you're just telling AdWords, hey, we just want to get a bunch of views and see what's happening with this campaign. So that's kind of what most people will tell you, is you need at least 30 conversions. But interestingly enough is that I created a campaign that it was basically one of our first campaigns, and we just went straight to leads, and we started getting conversions. We started getting traffic, and it was working really well. So the thing that I guess what I'm trying to get out here is, here's the biggest thing that you should be doing, is you should just be testing, just so much testing. Okay, try different campaigns, set up different campaigns, set up all different styles of campaigns, leads without goal. You can do website traffic. I would probably stay away from these ones, like this one, product brand consideration, brand awareness, and app promotion, unless obviously you have an app. But those three I don't mess with, and I honestly don't even usually go with sales that much either. I typically stick with leads and then no conversion. And I've tested around with website traffic as well. You can do that. But yeah, let's just say I'll probably go through both of these campaigns. So we'll click here, obviously video for YouTube, and then usually I just go with custom video campaign. And so what I do here is I always do maximum CPV. I don't ever do target CPM. So I'm just telling AdWords, I'm willing to pay this amount of money for a view on my YouTube video, and that's basically what it means. So I'll come down here. I won't worry too much about the targeting just yet. I will talk about that here in a second. But here's where I kind of want to get to is like, this is what you'd be bidding on. And usually I would bid anywhere from like 20 cents, maybe even down to like 10 cents. I sometimes, like when it's a brand new ad account, I'll usually do a little bit more. And again, it really will depend on your niche, however you want to call it. But you can start at 20, see if you're getting impressions there, then you can slowly start taking it down to about 10. You know, I usually pay somewhere around there. It's usually even less than 10 cents per view. So that's really it. Let me just come over to YouTube and grab a video so we can just have something. Just grab that link, come over here and paste it in. There we go. And what I always do, I still would recommend this if you're going for leads and you actually want to generate sales, is do a skippable in-stream ad. I would strongly stay away from video discovery ads if you're trying to generate leads and sales. I would just do in-stream ad, put your URL, put your display URL, and then click on the call to action and then put that information in. Okay, so that is how you would do it if you're just kind of starting out. But if you want to go for leads, I want to show you this in terms of a different style campaign. Give me 1 second. So here we'll go for leads, and then obviously video again, and then we'll come down here. And so what I kind of discovered just recently, and it was kind of an epiphany, is like, so when I said cost CPA campaign, where you're just telling AdWords basically how much you're willing to pay for a conversion, and that's usually what I always do, is just come over here, do target CPA, I bid like whatever, like $20 or whatever. You know, I bid higher when it's just starting out and like Google hasn't really figured out my audience and traffic and all that kind of stuff, and so I bid really high in the beginning, and then once I start getting conversions, then I'll slowly start taking my bid down, or I'll just duplicate the campaign and then change the bid by like 5. So like, let's say I did bid $20 on my first campaign, and then I'm seeing that I get impressions. So then I duplicate the campaign and then I do a bid of $15 to see if I can get that bid down more. And if I'm continuing to exhaust my budget, then I'll duplicate that campaign and I'll just keep on dropping it to see how long I can keep on going down to see if I can get the cost lower and lower. So that's kind of the progression that I would recommend. I think it works really well. But the other thing that I just recently did that helped out significantly, and I didn't really even have to worry about what my bid was, is I just simply went to maximize conversions. And I know some people will say, oh, you don't want to do that because Google doesn't really care how much you're spending. But just from experience, I've just discovered this, that, you know, if you do maximize conversions, then all of a sudden you don't have to worry about what you're bidding and you just get conversions, and that's the whole goal. And once you get a better understanding on how much it's costing you per conversion, then you can duplicate the campaign and then start bidding on the exact number that you want to be bidding on. So I just thought that was powerful, and I thought I wanted to share that with you because again, most people just don't give you like the progression on how to really set up a campaign for your particular circumstance, and I think that is a great way to go. So what I would recommend is either starting with CPV and then just bidding on whatever you want to pay, usually like 20 cents, and then I'll go with CPA, or I'll just go on maximize conversions. And that's kind of just another simple way. And it was interesting too, because like I would bid on CPA. We were doing it for a local client, and we were not getting impressions with CPA. And we were bidding crazy. We were bidding like $40. I might have even gone higher than that. I think it was actually $40. And we're not getting any impressions, and we were testing with so many different things. And then we just switched it over to maximize conversions, and then all of a sudden we're getting leads, we're getting people opting in, we're getting impressions, like it's just working from there. So the reason that I'm sharing all this type of stuff up with you is that, like, no matter what, always just keep on testing, always keep on testing. Okay, just upload campaign after campaign after campaign, and you, like, especially in the beginning, because sometimes you might just not be getting impressions, and if you're not getting impressions, then like that's your first challenge, and you really need to tackle that challenge. So that's why I recommend that you upload just a ton of campaigns. I mean, sometimes, you know, upwards of 10 campaigns, just to make sure that you're getting impressions. Once you know you're getting impressions, now you have kind of some targets where you can start testing with different ads, different targeting, all that kind of stuff. So, but until you get there, you really got to blast through that. So that's what I wanted to share with you here on this video. In addition to that, I kind of wanted to share with you one other thing that is really powerful and what we've been doing recently, and I guarantee you no one else is going to really be sharing this with you guys. But basically, I call it my triple layer targeting. And basically you can, as you guys probably know, I love keywords. So, you know, you want to do your keyword research. Again, we talked a lot more about that kind of stuff on the previous video, but let's just say you found a keyword as how to play soccer or whatever. Okay, so we'll go with that example. Or, you know, how to cook a steak, whatever. We'll just go with that, how to cook a steak. And, you know, you probably loaded in a bunch of more keywords, but we'll come down here, and then so instead of just doing keywords, what I kind of want to layer that in, and I basically want to put an audience on top of that. So what's kind of cool is you can browse, and I could just put in cooking. And basically what I'm looking for is, like, yes, you can go for, you can see the little gray thing right on top there. It says affinity audiences, and this is cooking enthusiasts. So you know that would be a good audience to layer on top. But what I'm always going to be looking for is in market, which people are like actually searching, and they're the people that are more likely to actually purchase. So affinity is great, but again, I like to go for in market. So look what we have here. In market audiences, that people that are interested in cooking and baking. So I would click on that, and then it would be people that are in the market for cooking and baking ingredients, and they're typing in how to cook a steak. Like, that's a very targeted audience. Now, it can kind of constrict the targeting a little bit at times. So again, you just have to keep on testing. But I mean, you could try different things. You could type in, or you could try all these. You could do it for baked goods. You can do it for condiments. You can do it for food. You can do it for toddler meals. I mean, it kind of just depends on who you are and what you're all about, and, you know, what your audience is and what you're selling and what's your offer. But that was just something I wanted to share with you guys, because that's very, very powerful if you're going after keywords in addition to an in-market audience. So again, I don't think too many people will actually share that kind of stuff with you, but I just wanted to share with you stuff that's actually working and really has much more potential for not only leads, but actually people purchasing from you. Okay, so thanks for watching the video, guys. Appreciate your time. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel and share this with some friends. And then again, if you guys are interested in the whole giveaway thing, let me know down below. Give me some really good comments that prove to me that you really do want to do this, and you're willing to put in some like really good comments so that we can really start the conversation. But that's really it, guys. If you want to learn more about me, or you want to learn more about our program and all that kind of stuff, obviously you can go over to our free Facebook group, YouTube Ads Mastery. And then you can also, I'll put some links down below to some of my more advanced trainings where you can come and check out, like, specifically how we put together that campaign that did 733% ROI and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so thanks for watching the video, guys. Appreciate your time, and we will see you on the next.